Hi and welcome to my channel. This is Fat Guy here with an impressions video of Remnant 2, a game I just picked up on sale on Steam. In the background you'll be seeing my awful gameplay from the early game. It took me a little bit to get used to the shooting, but it eventually clicked with me. I played the first Remnant back when it came out in 2019 and I really enjoyed it. I wanted to see if this one is even better than the first, so I decided to do an impressions video of it. So here are my first impressions of Remnant 2. If you like what you see here, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. Remnant 2 is a third-person shooter that came out on July 25th, 2023. It was developed by Gunfire Games and published by Gearbox. It is considered a Souls-like game and has been given the nickname Dark Souls with Guns. The game is pretty difficult, but I'm enjoying myself so far. I have 3 hours in it, and it's very addicting to play. The story of the game is pretty forgettable in this fat guy's opinion. You are on Earth and something called the Root is infesting different worlds, and it is up to you, the traveler, to fight against this. You travel to different worlds and fight against vicious creatures and powerful bosses. The story so far hasn't captivated me personally, but that may change. I know this type of game is about gameplay though, so let's get into that. Remnant 2 plays very much like Dark Souls with Guns, but it has enough to make it stand out from the crowd of Souls-likes as well. You travel to different worlds using the World Stone, which is kind of like a bonfire from Dark Souls, and these worlds are procedurally generated. There has been a plethora of enemies so far in my playthrough, and the worlds are very fun to explore. I went to a world that was like an old library with these enemies that had wings like the angels from the Diablo series. Then I went to a place that resembled Yharnam from Bloodborne, and that was really interesting to me. There you fight against the denizens of the city who keep on calling you an outsider. The city area has been my favorite place so far due to how pretty it looks and its similarities to Yharnam. I also encountered one boss at the end of the Yharnam-like city area, and it was this crazy lady who threw fire bombs everywhere. It was a crazy boss fight which I lost pretty badly my first time because this game is tough. However, the shooting feels great and I quickly got the hang of it with the controller. The enemy encounters are fair and it never seems like you get a cheap death. You always learn from your mistakes and your skill at playing the game increases with every error that you make. It's very rewarding. When you get through the intro of Remnant 2, you get to pick your archetype, which is like a class. I picked the Handler because it comes with a dog and that is very useful for solo play, but you can choose from a medic archetype or even a challenger archetype who specializes in close quarters fighting. There are also hidden archetypes in the game too. The archetype has perks and skills to choose from as well that help in taking down enemies. You also build up traits which are passive stat boosts such as increasing health or stamina or even increasing your ammo reserves. I've only gained a few trait points, but I found it an interesting system in lieu of leveling up in the traditional sense. You also have gear such as armor and weapons. I've only unlocked a few weapons, but they are a lot of fun to play with and the gun handling is great. You really feel like your guns are powerful in this game. I liked mowing down enemies with my rifle and machine pistol. You dodge roll out of your enemy's attacks, which depletes your stamina meter. When that is depleted, you can't dodge or run, and you'll have to wait for your stamina bar to replenish, which only takes a second or two. This is very similar to the Dark Souls stamina meter, and if you're familiar with that game, this one should be easy to grasp. All in all, the gameplay is really solid, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The graphics of Remnant 2 are pretty good. It has some great lighting effects and the enemies look great and menacing. I'm not Digital Foundry, so I can't go into their level of detail. All I can say is that there are nice visuals in this game. The performance, however, has been a bit up and down. For the most part I get smooth gameplay, but every so often I get stuttering for a second and then it goes back to normal. Maybe it's on my end and I need to turn down some graphics options though. I have not played the DLC, but it seems like it's more of the same great gameplay in a new setting. So if you like the base game and want more, it seems like it might be interesting. But I haven't played it so far, so I can't comment on it at this time. I've been having a lot of fun with Remnant 2. It is a solid game with some great gameplay and challenging bosses. You must be on your A game to play this, and if you don't like the Souls-like games, then I would suggest skipping it. But if Dark Souls with Guns sounds enticing to you, then this might be the game you're looking for. It's on sale on Steam right now for $35, and so far I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of my investment. The game improves on the first one in pretty much all aspects, but falls short in the performance and story areas. But gameplay is king for this kind of game, so I'm having fun. I really am looking forward to playing it some more after I finish this first impressions. It has tight shooting and interesting levels that reward discovery and exploration. So far it's been a blast. That about does it for this Fat Guy Impressions. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. It means a lot. Thank you for viewing this video. Be safe out there, and have a nice day.